Today, we will be introducing new features of Predictive Workbench that has been incorporated into BDB Platform version 3.5. The foremost upgradation has been done in UI for better performance, where we have transformed it to be much user-friendly. Compared to the older versions, BDB Platform 3.5 has separate workspace for each execution engine such as R, Spark, Python, and Java, as you can see it. Let's have a look at our environment workspace. As you can see, we have completely revamped the UI and added separate icons for processes. Here are the icons. This is for running a workflow, to refresh, to reset, to clear the cache, to save it or save as. This is for parallel processing, and there is a back icon. To have a quick view of all the new implementation, we would now like to take a demo workflow. Open it. And these are all the components of the workflow. This component is Datastore Reader, which is newly introduced, that can be used to fetch the data from Business Story. Similarly, there is another Data Writer component, which can be used to push the data back into Business Story. There is a Regression Analysis component. We have introduced inbuilt algorithms like XG boosting and cross-validation for amplifying the computational speed and model performance for multiple linear in logistic regression. Another feature is parallel processing. Parallel processing is nothing but allocating multiple cores to a single workflow in cases like heavy load on CPU. If I enable parallel processing, I can assign the number of CPU cores for it, save it, and run it. Now I would run this workflow. You can also see a progress bar here which shows the running completion status of the workflow. If I wish, I can rename the workflow as well. Click on yes, and the workflow will be renamed. Now this running, the entire workflow is processed through BizWiz R package library, and data fetching is done through RJDBC, which is also a new feature incorporation of our latest version release. Talking about this apply model, we have introduced a new concept of R pipeline where you can save a workflow as a model and later you can deploy the model as a service in pipeline or as an API. If I save this R model, there is a toast message appear, and if I search the saved model, I can easily drag and drop this workflow and use it as a component inside another workflow. Now we'll talk about another important new feature of the administration module. In here, now you can see that the latest version of BDB comprises of such an administration module where user has the provision to create and opt multiple R server and change the related configuration for R visualization or directory. You can also enable parallel processing or disable it from here and assign the number of CPU cores. If you want to set some default parameters, you can do it from here, where it provides you with 3 options. The same settings has been done for Spark and Python. There is also a scheduler where you can give the maximum number of parallel processing for scheduler as well as for the workflow. For this, queue mechanism has been included for our workflows to support real-time traffic management.